Now let's look at a anga karyam, which doesn't apply only when a nishtha pratyaya follows, but it will be useful for us here. The sutram is 642 halaha. Now, of course, we know that the angasya adhikara starts from 641 and goes to the end of chapter 7. So this is really the first sutram in the adhikara of angasya. The nivritti of samprasaranasya comes down from 63139 samprasaranasya. So the meaning of this sutram becomes Angavayavad dhalaha param yat samprasaranam tadantasya dirghaha. Now we also know where the anuvritti of dirgha is coming down. Dirgha is coming down from 63111, which says dhalope purvasya dirghornaha. Dhalope purvasya dirghornaha. The dirgha is coming down into the sutram also. So one more time, this vritti says Angavayavad dhalaha param yat samprasaranam tadantasya dirghaha. So the ending vowel of a yangam, again ending vowel because of 1152, alontyasya. Whenever a substitution is made in place of something, then as a default, the substitution takes place only in place of the ending letter of that term. So that's how we get the ending vowel. And of course, this has to be a vowel because dirgha desha can only be in place of a vowel because consonants don't have long and short dirgha rasa bhedha. So the ending vowel of a anga, because we are in the angasya adhikara, which ends in a samprasaranam, the vritti of samprasaranasya is coming down, is elongated provided that the samprasaranam follows a consonant that belongs to the angam. So this is the trick here, is that samprasaranam, which has been defined in 1145 as igyanas samprasaranam, so a ik letter which has come in place of a yan letter. So this samprasaranam should follow a consonant which belongs to the angam. That is important here. So one more time, is that the ending vowel of an angam which ends in a samprasaranam is elongated provided that the samprasaranam follows a consonant that belongs to the angam. So anga vayava dhalaha param yas samprasaranam. That is the important thing, is that the samprasaranam letter, which is the ik letter which came in place of a yan, that should follow a consonant which is part of the angam. And if we have an angam which ends in such a samprasaranam, then that gets elongated. So let's take this dhatu ve. Ve is veng spardhayam shabdecha, means to call by name or to call upon or even to challenge. Let's see if you can derive this pratipadikam huta, means called or challenged. So we start as usual by adding this affix kta, nishtha affix kta by 3 to 102, nishtha, and here used in the passive by 3470, tayore vakrityaktak khalarthaha. But before even we start the derivation, we apply 6145, adech upadesha shiti, which we have seen many times now. Whenever we have dhatu ending in the H letter, which is A, O, I, O, and we know that there is not going to be a talavya shakaraha as a it following, then immediately we replace that ending H letter of the verbal root by a akaraha. Adech upadesha shiti. So all these verbal roots which end in a H letter, they immediately take akara adeshaha in place of the ending H letter, provided we know that there is not going to be any talavya shakara as it following. In this case, we do know that, so we start a derivation with va plus kta and remove the it letter as usual. Kakara sit sanya vala shakvatadite tasya lopaha. And now 7 to 10 stop 7 to 35, 7 to 10, which is ekach upadesha anudatta. This is a anudatta upadesha dhatuho. So idagamaha, which would have been done by 7 to 35, is stopped by 7 to 10. And now samprasaranam because of 6115, which says that vachi swapi yajadinang kiti. Vachi sapi yajadinang kiti. Yajadeha, the last 9 verbal roots in the bhvadiganaha, and among them, one of them is this dhatu veng spardhayam shabdecha. So therefore, we replace the vakaraha, which is the yan letter in the dhatu, by the corresponding ik letter, which is the ukaraha. So we get ha, u, a, ta. And then samprasaranachya puraparayoho ekadesha is the purarupam ekadesha. So the u plus a gives u. Purarupam is the ekadesha. Puraparayoho ekadesha. So we get ha, u, ta. Now we do have the angam hu, in which there is a samprasaranam at the end of the angam, which is the ukaraha. That ukara is following the hakaraha, which is a hal letter which belongs to the angam. Now recall the definition for the angam. What is the angam? Yasmar pratyavidihi. Tadadi pratyaya angam. So the affix kta was applied to the dhatu ve, which became va. So this hakara is definitely a part of the angam. We have to check that the samprasaranam has to follow a consonant which belongs to the angam, which we do have. So now we elongate that ukaraha, and make it a ukaraha by 642 halaha with the help of alone tasya, that ending ukara of the angam gets elongated. We get huta, and then huta gets the pratipadika sanya by krittadita samasascha. So this is the sutram 642, which is the first sutram in the adhikara of angasya. And the sutram will apply in other places also, not only when the nishtha affix follows, because the only condition here is that there should be a angam which ends in a samprasaranam. The samprasaranam has to follow a consonant which belongs to the angam. Then that ending samprasaranam takes the dirghadesha. So this is 642 halaha.